properties of solid. We all know, children, if we look around ourselves, we will see that there are various states of a matter, right? We already know what is a matter. So we will see that there are various states of a matter, and these are very different from each other. For example, there is solid, there are liquids, and there are gases. Now the children, the question arises here is, what is the reason behind these differences? Why this difference in the states of matter arising? Because there are the particles which are inside the matter, they behave differently. We all know that matter is made up of particles, they are very tiny in size, they have spaces in between them, they are constantly moving, and they have force of attraction in them, right? But this behavior of particles which are there inside a matter, they also behave differently in various states. For example, the particles which are there in solid, they will behave differently. The particles which are there inside the liquids, they behave differently. They have different properties. Whereas if we talk about the gases, the particles which are there inside the gases, they behave differently. So that is the reason why there are three states of matter. So we are going to discuss them one by one. First of all, we will take with solids, and we will try to understand the various properties of a solids. So children, if we see here, I have collected few solid objects from around yourself. You can also collect it. So children, here this is a bowl of glass. Alright. So children, can you make a sketch of this bowl? Can you make this diagram of this bowl in your notebook? Why? Yes, because this bowl has a definite boundary, right? Because this bowl has a definite shape, it has a definite boundaries. So that is the reason why you are able to make a diagram of this bowl. Similarly with all these objects, this tumbler, this marker, anything. So it shows that the solids has a definite boundary, it has a definite shape, it has a definite size, it has a fixed mass and fixed volume. Alright, now children, suppose I try to break this duster. I am applying a force on this duster and I am trying my best to break it into two pieces. I am trying to compress it. Do you think will I be able to compress it? No. We won't be able to compress the solids because why? Because they are very closely packed. They are very rigid, right? In our previous videos we saw that the particles of solids, they are very tightly packed. There is no space in between them. If there is no space, how can we compress them? They are already so compressed that we cannot compress it more. So it means that solids cannot be compressed because they are so tightly packed. The particles inside the solids, they are very closely packed. If we put in more force, suppose if I put in more force, what will happen? It will break. Yes? So it shows that the solids cannot be compressed, but if we will apply a force into them, they will break. Alright, so it shows children that solids have a fixed shape, they have a fixed boundaries, and also solids are rigid. Why they are rigid? Because they are so closely packed. Right, we cannot compress them, we cannot break, if we will apply a lot of force into them, they won't be compressed, rather they will break into pieces like what we saw in our experiments. Alright, well children, I have another thing for you. If you will notice here on the table, you will see that I have this rubber band. Alright, we just saw that the solids cannot be compressed, they will break if we apply a force. But here, what about this rubber band? If I am stretching it, you will see that it is changing its shape. If I leave the force which I am applying, this rubber band will again take its original shape. So will this rubber band called as a solid? What do you think? Will this rubber band be called as a solid? Yes, of course children, this rubber band is a solid because solids can change their shape on applying external force. Solids, like in this case, if I apply the external force, the solid change its shape. Similarly, this rubber band also change its shape, but once the external force is removed, they come back to their original shape, they regain their shape. Alright, now children, what about this salt which is there in this jar, in this plastic jar? If I take out this salt and I pour this into this bowl, you will see that I am able to put the salt into this. I am able to change the shape of the salt. If I again pull it back into the jar, I am able to do that. So do you think that this salt will called as a solid? Because just now we saw that the shape of the solids cannot be changed, we cannot compress it. But here I was able to change the shape of the salt. Do you think that this salt will call as a solid? Yes, of course this salt will call as a solid. Children, why? Because if we take a single granule of a salt, if we take a single crystal of this salt, it do has a fixed shape and fixed size. Alright, so it means that children, every solid has a fixed shape and fixed size. They are so rigid. Why they are rigid? Because they are very closely packed. The shape of solid somewhat look like that. You will see that in the next slide. The shape of the solid, in the next slide you will see that the particles which are there in the solid, they look somewhat like this. Alright, they are so closely packed that we cannot compress it more. Alright, and they also cannot flow. For example, this duster cannot flow like a liquid. Why? Because they have a lot of force attraction between them. Because these particles, they have a force of attraction in between them. That force won't let the duster flow. That force don't let any solid to flow because of that force of attraction. And also we are not able to compress the solids because of this compact size. If something is already so compressed, if something is so already put in together, how we are able to compress it more? Alright, it will break down. Well children, I hope the properties of solids are clear to you by now. In the next slide, you will see the various properties of a solid that we discussed just now. You can just take a snapshot of this slide and you can revise it and you can study it again. So that's all for today's video children. I hope everything is clear to you by now, and in our next video we will study about the properties of liquids. Thank you children.